Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So I'm just filling up the telehandler low with fuel, got some AdBlue, and then we'll get the bucket on and head over to the field, because luckily, as you can see by the yard, there's a few puddles, but it's relatively dry. The weather's been pretty good to us. Kieran's just putting feed in, then we'll get the wagon taken off, put the dung spreader on, which is over there, and then head over and get this pile spread, hopefully clear it all up before it rains. I think it's raining Friday, it's Wednesday today, so we got a couple of days, but yeah, we'll get that sorted and then get over there. Just made it over to the field. Well, it's the field over the hedge, but I gotta go round to do it. And Kieran's behind me, and then Dad, just see above the exhaust there, he's hedge trimming in the same field. So busy day today, trying to get everything done before it gets too wet, but the ground's like dry as a chip really, so couldn't ask for better conditions. So yeah, there's the pile of poo over there, so I'll just drive round and get Kieran loaded up. Getting very autumny now. You can see all the leaves are very orange and quite a lot of them have fallen off the trees already. You can see them all on the ground here, but yeah, even the hedges are getting yellow, so definitely getting towards winter. But even though it's plenty warm, we did have a frost last night or yesterday morning, didn't have one this morning, but it's still not cold. Like, I haven't had to put my woolly jumper or anything on yet, but yeah, it's getting there. Hopefully it'll get a bit colder, because I don't like these warm wet winters are the worst, so hopefully it gets cold. But here's a pile of dung. It's been here quite a while, so it's grown over, but we'll get dug into it. I think there was a breeze block here that I'll just try and find, because I don't want that going through the spreader. Yeah, found it. Definitely don't want that going through the dung spreader. That won't do it any good at all. Not sure how that got here, but I'll chuck that in the hedge. But yeah, it's been, God knows how many years it's been here, so it's pretty overgrown, but we'll get dug into it, and it'll be well rotten stuff, so it should rot into the ground quite well. Right, I've just loaded up Kieran with the first load. As you can see, it's pretty much just compost now. It's been rotted down so well. So Kieran's putting it on fairly quickly. There you go. And then Dad is over here hedge trimming as well. So yeah, it's ideal weather for all of it, because nearly dropped it. Because the ground's so solid, it's ideal. Like even in the wet mud under the heap is not even marking that much, so yeah, it's perfect weather, to be honest. So we'll try and get all this done today. Getting through it now. Kieran's just heading back, but yeah, conditions are pretty good to be honest, and yeah, it's spreading it pretty thin, but we just want to try and cover as much of the ground as possible, because with fertiliser prices being so high, we rather use the muck and the organic manure than fertiliser. Get another one loaded up. His dad behind me just trimming hedges. I think he's done the sides of the field next door and just doing the top now, so just getting that looking tidy. We trim them just to if we didn't trim them, they'd all keep growing out and out and out every year, and then your hedge would end up like 5 meters wide. So we just try and trim them every year and keep it back, and keep enough there for birds and things like that, but trim it back enough so it's not taking up too much room in the field. But yeah, there goes Dad trimming. I expect he'll come in here once we've finished, and he'll be able to get along this hedge. We haven't done this bit for a few years because the muck's been here and can't get to it, so it'd be ideal to get this clear and he can do this hedge here then. Nearly finished now, just got a last little pile here, maybe 2 loads. Dad's still trimming, he's just come along here, so he's going to beat all this back now. There's Dad's trimming over there, and then Kieran's in that field. Where's he to? You can just see the tailboard there, just doing that field. So made a little bit of mess here, but by the spring the grass will grow back through and you won't even notice. And then we might string some grass seed on this where the muck keeps being, or we might just leave it and put more muck here from this winter, but we'll see. But yeah, just got this last bit to do and then we'll be done over here. Last little bit that couldn't quite fit in, and then we're done. And there's Dad smashing all the bushes up. So all this has got pretty overgrown along here, so he'll beat that back. He's done our side of this hedge and maybe one more pass along the top. But good thing is about doing them late is all the neighbours have cut their hedges, so you only have to do your half and then you get the tidy look at the end. But yeah, he's getting on with it not too bad. It's just a steady process with the little trimmer. But yeah, it gets the job done. That's that pile done. Like I say, Dad's just trimmed that back a bit, and then he'll trim the top and sides. I've just levelled that off best I can with the bucket. But all this sort of muddy bit, well, that piece there will be all green, you won't even know by the time it gets to spring, but this will stay muddy. So we might chuck some grass seed over it, or maybe we'll leave it and put dung again there again, because it's not a bad spot for dung. But yeah, like I say, it's amazing how dry the ground is. I don't know what the date is, 24th of November today, and you can plough this and drill it still, I would think. But this is quite red soil. You can sort of see some of this here. You can see it is quite red, so it drains quite well. So it'd be nice to rip it up and put some maize or something in, because it is good ground. But yeah, all this dung will rot in by the spring and fertilise the ground, and hopefully the grass will come nice. But yeah, Dad's just over there trimming. So yeah, you can see here the difference between what Dad's done this side and what he hasn't done that side. So it's a hell of a lot it grows over the year. And then that hedge there, I can't see because of the reflection, is all finished, so that looks nice and tidy until next year. But yeah, we'll try and get all of these looking just as tidy. Just over the next pile, this is a block of about 60 acres, all grass ground. This stuff isn't quite so rotted down. This is only put here beginning of winter, but Kieran will spread it on thinly. But we get a lot of trouble with kids coming and partying over here and drinking, and dog walkers when there's no footpaths or anything. Well, there is one footpath, but none of these fields are part of the footpath. So Kieran's going to go and spread all that around on where they sit and where they walk their dogs, to try and stop them walking their dogs there. Hopefully the smell will keep them away. But yeah, it'll rot in nicely and get this growing as well. Just starting to get dark now, and we're probably 2/3 through the pile, I expect. So it's Getting there. Just loading Kieran up again. LED lights come in handy, you don't realise how good they are until it gets dark, or until you drive something without LED lights and you realise how bright and how well they light everything up. But yeah, I'm glad we've got them on here. Right, we're going to call it a night for tonight. We've cleared the majority of it. You can't see very well, but there's probably maybe 10 loads left. Possibly not even that, but I can't really see to scoop up as easily, so Kieran's going to spread that. I can't believe how dark it gets. It gets dark so quickly. It's only, what time is it? 4:45, and it's nearly pitch black already. Well, not pitch black, but pretty dark already. So yeah, we're going to head back and possibly finish this tomorrow or Friday, depending on what we're doing tomorrow. But yeah, I'll probably see you all in the next clip, which will be tomorrow. Just here milking out the cows for some milk for the calves, and I'll just show you our latest arrival. Is this is an Outer Alliance Aberdeen Angus out of 302, who's back there. She's a brown and white Frisian, so it's hard to see, but he is, I'll get him in the light there, he is actually brown, which is kind of unusual for an Angus. He looks more like a Limmy, but he got the jacket on him because it's a bit chilly at night. Don't know if you can see better. Yeah, he is quite brown, which is unusual, but he might go dark when he gets older. Here's Mum and Cav. Again, you can't see very well. I'll go around to the light. You can see she is brown or red, whatever you want to call her. So that's where I guess she's got the colouring from. Yeah, we had her over there because we milk here in the lock and yoke, and if she's in here she was trying to steal the cake, so I decided to split off while I was milking, but Cav stays with Mum most of the time. Just come out of the pen, but that's what we like to see. Can't we? Oh, he's stopped now. Cav drinking. There he goes. Try and get. He's in there drinking, getting a nice full belly, and he's quite happy. Welcome back to day 2 of the video, or was it day 3? I'm not sure, I forget. I'm just shutting down the calf hutch because I don't know if you can hear, but it's pretty windy today, so I just made sure all the calves are nice and snug. Got plenty of straw, nice and dry. But yeah, these are ideal. They work really well, the homemade hutches. But I'm just going to put some feed in, and then we'll be going over to help Dad trim. Kieran's just trimming around the gateway. It's very windy, so I hope you can hear me alright. Yeah, we're just tidying around the post. Just in the truck filming because it's really windy, so you can barely hear me. Bloody seatbelts buzzing at me. And now the store beeps everything, this thing. But anyway, you can just see over there, Dad's done all those hedges, so they're all nice and neat. So we're just going around doing the gateways where he can't get very well with the trim and tidying them up. Just driving around checking the other gateways, but they're all pretty good. So these are all what we done spreaded earlier in the video. All the hedges are trimmed, so this is all pretty much done, ready for winter. And then we'll come over in the spring and get some grass off of it. Bloody old farmers blocking up the road all the time. Dad's just doing the road hedges. Hopefully it's not too busy. Just over at some fields with Red clearing the gateways before Dad comes trimming, and as you can see a lot of the posts are pretty knackered, so we might have to come over in the spring and redo some gate posts. They've all had it, to be honest. We only rent the ground, but if we keep it for a fair bit longer it'd be worth doing. Just been woken up in the night, I thought I heard something. It's very windy and the field shelter had blown over and taken the fence with it, so me and Kieran have come out to put the hurdles up because his sheep are in here. So yeah, the field short is currently on the driveway because it blew over. But yeah, it's very windy out. Just lifted the thing back over, but the fence is flattened, so we're gonna have to try and get that back up for temporary. Right, me and Dad have repaired that the best we can. We just pushed a couple metal posts in here and here and propped it back up and just nailed it back together. But we want to redo the whole fence along all the drive because it's pretty tired. But yeah, at least it happened before we redid the fence, because we'd be annoyed if it was a nice new fence and that happened. But yeah, that'll keep the sheep in for now anyway.